In 2025, British Columbia's Premier, David Eby, proposed tolls on American commercial trucks traveling to Alaska, sparking controversy. This bold move was intended to address the economic imbalances caused by the increased traffic and wear on Canadian infrastructure. Eby argued that the tolls would help fund necessary road maintenance and improvements, ensuring safer and more efficient travel for all. This policy, announced in March, threatened to disrupt U.S.-Canada relations, especially impacting Alaska's economy. Alaska, heavily dependent on the seamless flow of goods through Canada, faced potential supply chain disruptions. Local businesses and residents expressed concerns over increased costs and delays, which could have far-reaching effects on the state's economic stability. The tolls were a response to former U.S. President Trump's tariffs and rhetoric about Canada. During his administration, Trump had imposed tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum, straining the trade relationship between the two countries. Eby's proposal was seen as a direct countermeasure, aiming to balance the scales and protect Canadian interests. Alaska, reliant on smooth cross-border trade, faced potential economic disruptions. The state's economy, already vulnerable due to its remote location and reliance on imports, could suffer significantly from any delays or increased costs associated with the tolls. Industries such as fishing, tourism, and retail were particularly at risk, with stakeholders voicing their concerns to both Canadian and American officials. The proposal was seen as a retaliatory measure, highlighting the strained U.S.-Canada relationship. Critics argued that such actions could lead to a tit-for-tat escalation, further damaging the economic ties and cooperation that had been built over decades. The potential for retaliatory measures from the U.S. loomed large, with some fearing a full-blown trade conflict. It exposed the fragility of the historically amicable ties between the two nations. While Canada and the U.S. have long enjoyed a close and cooperative relationship, this proposal underscored how quickly tensions could rise. The situation served as a reminder of the delicate balance required to maintain international relations, and the importance of diplomacy in resolving such disputes. Alaska's geographic isolation has always been a double-edged sword. On one hand, it offers a unique and pristine environment, but on the other, it makes the state particularly vulnerable to supply chain disruptions. This vulnerability is most evident when store shelves go empty and cargo containers are left stranded, unable to reach their destinations. The proposed tolls on commercial trucking through Canada have sparked significant concern. These tolls could exploit Alaska's geographic challenges, making it even harder to maintain a steady flow of goods. Protests have erupted, and the images of toll booths have become symbols of a looming threat to the state's economy. While maritime and air freight dominate the transportation landscape in Alaska, they are not without their limitations. These methods are often more expensive and less flexible compared to trucking. Trucking remains crucial for the delivery of certain goods, especially those that require timely and flexible transportation solutions. The introduction of tolls would inevitably drive up costs for essential goods. This would place a significant burden on both businesses and consumers, who are already grappling with high living costs. Higher transportation costs would lead to increased prices for Alaskans. Every trip to the supermarket could become a more expensive endeavor, affecting the daily lives of residents. This could erode purchasing power and reduce consumer spending, creating a ripple effect throughout the local economy. Delays and shortages, especially for perishable goods, are a real concern. Spoiled produce and empty refrigerated shelves could become a common sight. The tolls could disrupt Alaska's delicate economic balance, potentially leading to the closure of small businesses and a downturn in economic activity. The stakes are high and the impacts could be far-reaching. The Canada-US border symbolizes enduring friendship, a testament to the long-standing alliance between the two nations. This border, often referred to as the world's longest undefended border, has been a beacon of cooperation and mutual respect for centuries. However, the recent proposal to impose tolls on cross-border traffic has exposed underlying tensions that many thought were long buried. The idea of tolls has sparked protests and heated debates on both sides of the border. The U.S. government reacted swiftly, condemning the proposal as detrimental to the economic and social fabric that binds the two countries. Officials emphasized the potential negative impact on trade and daily commuters. Alaska's Governor Mike Dunleavy was particularly vocal, calling the tolls unfair and urging federal intervention to protect Alaskan interests. He highlighted the unique challenges faced by Alaskans who rely heavily on cross-border travel for essential goods and services. The issue quickly became a political football, with both major parties in the U.S. seizing the opportunity to advance their agendas. Debates raged in Congress, with some politicians arguing for a hardline stance while others called for diplomatic negotiations. The Trump administration, known for its protectionist policies, used the tolls proposal to bolster their agenda. They argued that the tolls were a necessary measure to protect American jobs and industries from unfair competition. In Canada, the proposal was met with mixed reactions. While some saw it as a necessary step to assert Canadian sovereignty and stand up to U.S. policies, others were concerned about the potential economic repercussions. Some Canadians supported the idea of standing up to the U.S., viewing the tolls as a way to assert their national pride and independence. They believed that Canada should not be afraid to take bold actions in the face of U.S. pressure. On the other hand, many business owners and economists in Canada feared the economic fallout. They warned that the tolls could lead to a decrease in cross-border trade, harming businesses that rely on the free flow of goods and services. The tolls risked provoking a damaging trade war, with both countries potentially imposing retaliatory measures. Such a scenario could have far-reaching consequences, affecting not only the economies of both nations, but also the lives of countless individuals who depend on cross-border cooperation. The relationship between Alaska and Canada is deeply rooted in history. Indigenous peoples traversed these lands long before Europeans arrived. The Alaska Purchase of 1867 didn't sever ties between Alaska and Canada. Shared challenges fostered cooperation and mutual reliance. The Klondike Gold Rush further cemented their bond. World War II brought unprecedented military cooperation. The Alaska Highway symbolizes this wartime partnership. These historical threads highlight the importance of strong transportation links. The tolls threaten to unravel this intricate tapestry. Alaska's strategic significance extends beyond the U.S. Its proximity to Russia and vast natural resources make it a focal point. During the Cold War, Alaska's location was crucial for defense. The state still hosts a significant military presence. Alaska's resources make it an economic engine for the U.S. Foreign investment, especially from China, targets these resources. Alaska's strategic location and resources attract global attention. The tolls dispute played out against a backdrop of global tensions. The rise of populism and nationalism created an uncertain international environment. Trump's America First policy strained U.S.-Canada relations. The tolls were seen as a test of the U.S.-Canada relationship. Canada signaled it wouldn't tolerate U.S. bullying. The Arctic's growing importance added another layer to the dispute. Climate change is transforming the Arctic into a potential arena for competition. The tolls dispute highlighted the interconnectedness of Alaska and Canada. Strong bilateral relations are crucial for their shared destiny. Cooperation is essential to address 21st-century challenges. The Arctic's strategic importance continues to grow. The Biden administration's multilateral approach offers hope for cooperation. The Arctic's challenges require collaborative solutions. Alaska and Canada are uniquely positioned to lead in shaping a sustainable future. Despite challenges, there is reason for optimism in U.S.-Canada relations.